Okay. Hi, my name is Andy Luu,
I'm D. Ramirez.
and we are from Intro to Python, CSCI 131. And this week's assignment slash project is to create a multiplication table using loops. And the way we split up the work was that I mainly prioritized the organization of the multiplication table to match the template, and D mainly focused on the actual calculation of the multiplication table. So, but in the end, we still like worked on it together. We still asked each other for help, and we ended up with this. And a problem that we did face was the organization, because if we were to look at the template that it provided, uh, there can be many other ways of going about with the spacing. So what we currently have is the one we think is best. So if we jump right into the code, we see that at the top there is a print and then a single line. So that is for the top left corner. Then we created a for loop for the top row to print out um, the entire row of numbers from 1 to 9. And then we did 2 prints so that it could be organized with 2 extra spaces. And then we made on a while loop to print out the first 2 set of 3 dashes, because that's how the template wanted it to. And after that, we made another while loop, because in the template, there was another set of dashes that wanted 5 dashes. So after that, we made 2 more prints for the organization, and yeah.
And this section after line 27 is where the actual calculations of the multiplication table starts. First, we started by creating 2 variables, x and y, which both have an assigned value of 1. And then we created this while loop that actually does a multiplication. So this while loop tests x to see if it's greater than or equal to 1 and is also less than 10. If both of these are true, the code will print out x. So for this example, which will be 1, it'll print out 1, the line, and the spacing, and then we'll have an end series of code which just lets you add on to more of this line. Then within this loop, we have another for loop. In this loop, we test for y in range of 1 to 10, and then this does the multiplication of the row and column numbers. So for example, x is the row number and y is the column number. So for this test, the total will be x times y. Let's just take 1 and 1, for example. 1 times 1 is 1. So then it takes that total value and assigns it to that. And then we have another test loop. If this test loop tests the number of digits in the total number. So if the number of digits is greater than or equal to 2, we have normal spacing like this minus 1 space, because the double digits just take up just 1 more space. So we just got rid of 1. However, if that's not true, it'll move on to the else statement, which just prints out the normal spacing. Then after this loop is done, we increment x by 1 and then print out a space to move on to the next line.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, so we had problems like organizing it to best fit the template that was given on canvas. So what we did was that like we can just add a print statement, adjust a print statement so that it could like match our desired template.
Yeah, just the look. So one print line that we can add is just this. It just makes it look a little more spaced out. It's not exactly how the template looks, but it's just an example of what we can do. Some other changes we can make are within these 2 prints, which just make the table look more compact. Yeah, compact, and it just looks cleaner a bit. But to best match the actual template, we think it was best to just leave it as is, like this, which matches the template to the best of our abilities.
All right.